Okay, this is my instructional on how I want you to play Walking for your quiz in my class. First thing is that we're going to be playing our intro, our first four measures in third position, meaning our first finger on the third fret, second finger on the fourth, third on the fifth, and fourth finger on the sixth fret. Now the song starts off with F being played on the B string on the sixth fret. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play the intro for you so you can see it being played. Okay, so that's your first four measures. Next, I'm going to go over the double stops. Our first double stop we have is an FC. We're going to be doing a lot of barring. So FC, which is the first fret on the B and E strings. Then our next double stop is E flat, A flat. We're going to use our fourth finger to hold down both of those. Back to the C and F. Then now we have a B flat, E flat. So we're going to play the third fret of the G string and the fourth fret of the B string. Then F up to C for our next one. Then our next double stop we're going to play is E flat, B flat. Then we have C, F again, this time on the A and D strings, third finger, as you see here on the third fret. And then our last one is B flat and E flat. So when you actually get all these double stops in order and in rhythm, you get the next little bit I'm going to break down are the couple new techniques that we've not used so far in this class for first or second period. The first one that you see being a actual grace note, where it's going to be played as a hammer on. It goes from G sharp up to A, so we're going to use our first finger on the G sharp and our second finger on the A. And it's just going to be a little quick hammer on, so we're going to pluck the G sharp and not re-pluck with our right hand. We're just going to hammer on with our left hand very quickly to get this little blip in our grace note. The next new technique is you have a glissando, which on guitar, as I've gone over, we perform as a slide. I only want you to do a whole step gliss. It's very short. We're going to go from B flat to A flat. So what I've done is I'm pushing down the third fret of the G string, my B flat. I'm holding down and sliding down to A flat. I am not letting my finger up between those frets. The next thing I'm going to go over is the entire melody starting at A. I'm actually going to start one measure before A with the pickup starting on beat 2 of that measure. There are a couple accidentals throughout. Remember, we were in the key of F, so B's are flat. But we do have a couple accidentals. We have a couple B naturals. We have the G sharp for the grace note, A flats, and we have a couple E flats and D flats and C flats in there as well. And then we just repeat all the way back to the beginning and play until the end of those double stops. For the melody, what we end up with for the entire song comes out something a little bit like this. and that's the whole melody. The next thing I'm going to go over is the chords we're playing. Remember, we're going to play a total of 6 different chords in the song. The first time through, we're going to follow the chords in the parentheses, and we're going to play our smaller shape chords. So we have our F7, which will put our second finger on the third fret of the D, first finger on the second fret of the G, and our third finger on the fourth fret of the B. So we get F, A, E flat. The other next chord we're going to be playing is the B flat 7. We're going to take our first finger and just bar the third fret, and then add our second finger on the fourth fret. So it's our B flat 7. So you have B flat, D, and A flat. Your third chord for the small shapes is the C7. You'll notice it's the same shape as the B flat. We're just going to go up 2 frets. So we get C, E, and B flat. Our full voice chords, our full bar chords, we're going to be playing F7. We're going to take our first finger and bar all the way across the first fret. Our third finger on the third fret of the A string, and our second finger is going to go on the second fret of the G. So we get a full F7. Now the second time through, we're not going to follow the chords in the parentheses. We're just going to play the chords that are mainly written there. Our B flat 7, we're going to take again our first finger is just barring the first fret, but we drop the E string. We add our third finger to the third fret of the D and our fourth finger to the third fret of the B to get a nice B flat 7. And the C7 again, it's the same shape, 2 frets higher. Alright, now I'm going to play through all of them as written in music, starting at A. Remember, for the intro, there are no chords. What we are going to do at the intro is on beat 2 and beat 4, is we're just going to play C on the A string with a little bit of palm muting. So we're going to take our palm of our hand and slightly rest it on the strings of the guitar so we get a muted sound. So those sections can go just little short quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just do that all the way up until the last of the double stops. And then when we get to A, we start playing our rhythm. So you get in the full bar chorus. Then back to the beginning. And so on.